Probability tree diagrams. So what is a tree diagram? It's just a way of showing the probabilities of two or more events. So simple diagram we use to calculate probabilities of two or more events is also called what? Tree diagram. Now this tree diagram can be used to solve problems involving both dependent and independent events, meaning that all the problems on the what in the probability can be represented on the what tree diagram. Now let's now start with independent events. So let me firstly give us a scenario. So let's see this one. Umar has 10 colored cubes in a bag. 3 of the cubes are red. He removes a cube at random from the bag and notes the color before replacing it. So this one is what? Probability with replacement. That means it is independent. Is that clear? So he then chooses a second cube at random. So record the information on a tree diagram. So assuming that you are given this kind of information now, how can you represent this one on a Venn diagram, on a tree diagram? That is what we'll be looking at now. So let's see for the first choice now. So 3 of the cubes are red. So that is 3. 3 out of 10. You know the total cubes. They are what? The total cubes was what? 10. So out of 10, and 3 was were chosen, right? So 3 over 10. This is the arm for the 3 over 10. Then for the blue, this is what? 7 over 10. Is that clear? Now for the, so this one is red and then this one is blue. Now each of this one for the second choice, now we still have red and blue as well. So because this one didn't affect the second choice, the first choice didn't affect the second choice, so the total will still be 10, and then the red will still be what? 3. So also for blue, then for blue here also we have red and then blue. Is that clear? So now if you now ask to find the probability of getting red and red, it's just 3 over 10 multiplied by 3 over 10, which is what? 3 times 3 is equal to 9 over 100. Is that clear? So for the second outcome, now it will be now red blue. This one is red red. So you trace the arm like this: red red. Is that clear? So that is red red. So the probability is 3 over 9. Now the second one is red blue. So for the red and blue, just pick this outcome, which is 3 over 10 multiplied by 7 over 10. So you get 21 over 100. Now for the blue, now we have blue red. Can you see it? Blue red, that is blue and red. So just pick 7 over 10 multiplied by 3 over 10. You get 21 over 100. While the last one is blue and then blue. So as you can see, blue here. So blue and blue is what? So pick 7 over 10 multiplied by 7 over 10. Is that clear? So if this one is clear now, so the characteristics of a tree diagram now. So for the first choice, we'll have 3 over 10 here. So these are the things I would like you to take notes. So the probability here for each event are shown along the arm of each branch, and they sum up to what? To 1. Is that clear? Then the end of first and second level branches show the different outcomes. Is that clear? So the first, then lastly, probability are multiplied along each arm, along each what? Arm. So this multiplied by this will give you red red. This multiplied by this will give you red blue. This multiplied by this will give you blue red, and then this multiplied by this will give you blue and blue. And so if you sum up everything here, the addition must be equal to 1. The addition must be equal to what? 1. Let me now give you one real example now. Let's see this example. Question 1. Aisha has 9 colored beads in a bag. So 4 of the beads are black and the rest are green. She removes a bead at random, so from the bag, and notes the color before replacing it. So this one, what we are talking about today is what? Probability with replacement. With what? Replacement, that is independent probability. Now she then chooses a second bead. Now Question now, draw a tree diagram to show all possible outcomes. Then calculate the probability that Aisha chooses 1 green, 2 green beads, then a black followed by a green bead. Is that clear? So the first question is draw a tree diagram showing all possible outcomes. So to do that one now, let's see how the diagram will look like. Now this is the first choice. For the first choice, the total beads is what? 9. Is that clear? 4 of the beads are what? Black. So this is 4 over 9 for black. Yeah? So the rest. So if you take away 4 from 9, the remainder will be what? 5. The rest will be what? Green, which is 5 over 9. So this arm is for black, this arm is for green. This is the first choice. Now, because it is what? Independent. So for the black is also 4 over 9. Black is green is also 5 over 9. Here, black is also 4 over 9. Green is also 5 over 9. Is that clear? Now, to use to get the probability of what they has us to find. So this is the what? Tree diagram now, where it has to show all possible outcomes. So these are the possible outcomes. So black, green, green, black, and then green, green. Is that okay? So black and black, black and green, green and black, and then green and green, and their calculations, right? So these are the possible outcomes. Now calculate the probability that Aisha chooses 2 green beads. 2 green beads will be what? Green and green. So 2 green beads will be green and green. That is, just come here, 5 over 9 multiplied by 5 over 9, which is equal to 25 over 81. 5 multiplied by 5 is equal to what? 25. Then 9 multiplied by 9 is equal to 81. That is for 2 green beads. Then a black followed by a green. So let's look at black and green here. This is black followed by a green. So it's just come here. If you trace this one like this, black and green, black and green. So for this arm, we have 4 over 9. For this arm, we have 5 over 9. So multiply the two. You have 4 over 9 multiplied by 5 over 9. So 4 multiplied by 5 is equal to 20. Then 9 multiplied by 9 is equal to 81. Is that clear? So this is the question for what? 2 green beads. The answer is 25 over 81. Then a black followed by a green is equal to what? 20 over 81. That is the first question. Now let's look at another question here. Shola points. Draw a tree diagram to show all possible outcomes. Now let's see how the looks like. So for the first coin, we have 1 over 2, 1 over 2. So either head or what? Or tail. Then for the second, because this one is independent event, so the outcome of this one will not affect the outcome of this one. So we have half here for head and tail. For under head here, we still have head and tail. Under tail, we have head and tail also. So the possible outcomes will be head, 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 tail. That is head and head, then head and tail. Then tail, head, tail, tail. That is tail and head. That is tail and tail here. Now to get their calculations, just come here, half multiplied by half, 1 over 4. Half multiplied by half, 1 over 4. So these are the calculations here. Now let's use your tree diagram to find the probability of getting 2 heads. Heads will be what? Head and head. So that is 1 over 2 multiplied by 1 over 2, which is equal to what? So probability of 2 heads is equal to what? 1 over 4. Is that clear? Then the second one, a head or a tail in any order. A head, tail in any order. In any order means, so you may either get head and tail or tail and head. So head and tail here is what? 1 over 4. Tail and head is also 1 over 4. So since there is or here, so that means we need to add the two outcomes here. So 1 over 4 plus 1 over 4 is equal to what? 2 over 4. And if you reduce fraction 2 over 4, you will get what? 1 over 2. So 1 over 2 is what? The probability of a head or a tail in any. Now let's look at the last question here. Abu and Becky run a race and play a tennis match. Now, the probability that Abu wins the race is 0.4. The probability that Becky wins the tennis is 0.7. Now, A, complete the tree diagram below. So we are given tree diagram here. Then use your tree diagram to calculate the probability of both events. Now, let's firstly complete this probability diagram tree. Now, if this one is 0.4, so 0.4, 1 minus 0.4 is equal to what? 0.6. That means here will be 0.6. Is that clear? If here is 0.4, here will be what? 0.6. And don't forget that from the beginning here now, the total must be sum up to what? This total must be equal to 1. Is that clear? So if Abu will win here, so that means it will fail here. Is that clear? Now here also we have race for the first outcome. Then for the second outcome we have tennis. So for the tennis, the information given was that Becky wins the tennis is equal to what? 0.7. So if Becky's win is 0.7, then 1 minus 0.7 will be what? 0.3. That is why you're having a 0.3 here. Is that clear? So if here is 0.3, here is also 0.3 and 0.7. Is that clear? Now we are now asked to complete the outcomes now. So 0.4 multiplied by 0.3 is equal to 0.12. 0.4 multiplied by 0.7 is equal to 0.28. 0.6 multiplied by 0.3 is equal to 0.18. Then 0.6 multiplied by 0.7 is equal to 0.42. Is that clear? Now, we're now asked to use this one to find a probability that Abu wins both events. So the probability that Abu wins both events. So we're going to move towards this arm because this is for Abu wins. Is that okay? For Abu wins is what? This arm. So for Abu win here is equal to what? 0.12. That's why you're having for win to be what? 0.12. Then second one, the probability that Becky loses the race but win at tennis. So for that one, Becky loses the race but wins at what? Tennis. So wins at tennis is what? Becky wins at tennis is 0.7. Is that okay? Then if he wins here, he must lose here, right? So that means for this one now we have a 0.4 and then a 0.7. So if you multiply 0.4 and 0.7 is equal to what? 0.8. This one is 0.28, which is what? Probability of loss and win. Now, if this one now, if the three examples are clear, so I would not like you to practice this one. This is the first one, and this is the second one.